Hey fiddlers, welcome to today's fiddle video. Today we're going to be learning 3 different ornaments, or as I like to call them, fancy dancy thingamajigs. Fiddlers use ornamentation to differing degrees. Some people use a ton of ornamentation, some use very little, and you can kind of choose what works best for you. So today I'll walk you through 3 ornaments. We're going to cover a mordent, a hammer-on, and a roll, and we're going to use them in a tune called the Reconciliation. Let's get started. Here is the first phrase of the tune without ornamentation. And here it is with a mordent. It's pretty subtle, but it was this little thing on the second note of the tune. A mordent is a grace note ornament, and what you're doing is you're playing the principal note, which is your second finger here, C sharp, and you're putting some grace notes right at the beginning of it. It's going to be the principal note, a note above, which here is your third finger, and then back to the note. You can practice it really slowly, and then go a little faster. And the key thing is to actually keep those 2 first notes, the principal note and then your third finger, right at the very beginning of the note that you're playing. So it gives a little more oomph to the very beginning of the note. Okay, we are going to encounter our next ornament at the very beginning of the B part. Here is the first phrase of the B part if you don't have ornamentation. And here it is if you add a hammer-on. What is a hammer-on, you might ask? Well, it's this little thingamajig. And all it is here is you're starting with the note right below the principal note. Our principal note is our third finger. We're aiming for that third finger note, but we're starting with a little grace note on your second finger. So it's and right here is where we are going to encounter our third ornament, which is a roll. Here's how this section of the tune would sound without a roll. And here it is with a roll. A roll is a 5-note ornament, and it kind of dances around the principal note. So here the principal note is your third finger, and you're going to go from that third to the fourth, to the third, to the second, to the third, all in one bow. The way I tend to do rolls is I hold on to that first note a little longer, and then smush the rest of the notes closer to the end. I have to admit that third finger rolls are a little trickier than many other rolls. You might want to start with a first finger roll, going from the 1 to the 2 to the 1 to the open to the 1, or 1-3 open 1. And then go to a second finger roll, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. And then work your way into the third finger rolls. A roll is very often going to take the place of a dotted quarter note or 3/8 notes. So in the part of the tune that we're in right now, it would normally be 3/8 notes. But they're all right around that third finger note. It's 3, 2, 3. So you can pretty easily do a third finger roll there and it'll fit into the tune. One more time, here is that section of the tune. One more note before we go is how to practice ornamentation. And one of my favorite ways to do this is to take an ornament, so for example, the first one we did, which is a mordent, and do a scale, which is all mordents. So you start on your open string, you play a mordent on that string. So it's note, note above, back to the note. Then you do that on your first finger. Then your second finger, third finger, and keep on going. You could also do that with hammer-ons. So first just start with your open string, then a hammer-on to your first finger, hammer-on to your second finger, to your third finger, and then you could even do a third finger to your fourth finger, and then E to your first finger to second, second to third. You could also do a roll scale. So start just with the open string. We're not going to try open string rolls today. First finger rolls, second finger, third finger, so if you're having a little trouble getting a particular ornament, that might be a good way to give yourself just a little extra quality time with your ornamentation. All right, fiddlers, thank you so much for tuning in for today's fiddle video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like sheet music and practice tracks for the tune that was featured today, the reconciliation, you can find a link for that in the description. Have a wonderful day, happy fiddling, and I will see you in the next one.